Market Street, Part 4. It's true. One of the tricks I use is isolating myself away from society. But who can afford to do that? You already have helped me. You've given me some new ideas. At work, I mostly help people who have already thrown away their lives. Back in the service, I was helping people who lived in the war zone, mostly just helping them to die peaceful and centered. If they lived long enough, they'd always say the same thing to the nurses. A light filled my room. Suddenly I knew all was right with the world. So that's how I know how I appear to them, like a light, like a presence. They assume I'm an angel, that I am there to help them, which I am. But I'm no angel. Well, at work you must help a lot of victims and their loved ones. Oh yes, if there is a psychic wound and I can distract that person for a moment so they are lost in thought, then sure I can do that. But to restore a person's equilibrium and balance, it's a gradual process. Breathing in their pain and suffering and breathing out love. Breathing in the dark clouds and breathing out white clouds of love. I don't, over and over till the chakra changes. I never know how long the process will take, but I know it when I see it. When the energy field that surrounds them has been restored, I don't erase memories of the psychic wounds, but I disconnect the emotions that are attached to those wounds from the memories, so that when they dial up those memories, all they will get is data of the event, and not the emotional baggage that has attached itself to it. Then he continued, well, you could help me close more cases. In fact, you're probably better suited at my job than me. No, it's not like that, she said. I walk through crowds and I'm lucky to get one vision out of every 40 people. What was the drug that they gave your grandmother's psychic healer to cure him? I didn't say it cured him, although I suppose it did. I don't know what drug it was. My grandparents, they were simple people. It was medicine. Do you remember what it was like to have a solid night's sleep, she asked. No. Miss Palmer took Lieutenant Murphy by the hand, and soon she had moved in with him, and kept her place with Susan Vickery, her one true love, her soulmate. Susan was not a psychic healer, so Molly feared her reaction to the new situation. But being open and trusting, she was able to convince Susan to help her with her plan. You see, after the war, when my grandmother was alone and penniless, with her plan, wait a minute, she never told Susan about her grandmother and her psychic healer. But she opened up and she told Susan more than she'd ever told any outsider from her culture. She even told Susan about the crystals. You see, after the war, when my grandmother was alone and penniless, she retrieved a piece of luggage from a trusted friend's attic. And time and the moths had done their work on her beautiful gowns. There wasn't much of value left in the trunk, but there was an old favorite crystal necklace she used to wear to all of the balls back in the day. And when she put it on, it had the strangest effect. Her abilities were magnified, just as if her psychic reader was standing in the room, her psychic healer was standing in the room with her. It was as if it still had a charge of psychic energy from him. And suddenly she was a player again. She was filled with hope and optimism. But according to my mother, the longer she wore the necklace, the less effect it had. So she used it more and more sparingly, but even then, eventually it was once again just a crystal. And she was once again just a psychic reader. Something happens to crystals when they have been exposed to or come into contact with a psychic healer. Psychic energy. It changes the crystal, and it becomes what psychic readers call living crystal. What exactly is living crystal, we don't know, but we recognize and use its power. It's not exactly a soul cage where we can revisit our loved ones who have gone on and relive a vivid moment from the past. It is something different, more a part of psychic healer culture than my own. But it does retain soul echoes of the dreamwalkers that the psychic healer has helped.